Now we're agreed that we're in love, we'll have to face the la-di-da. The eyewash, all of the fancy pantomime. I love you very much. I'll try, love, I'll bill and coo with your gruesome Auntie Susan. I'll stay calm, I'll play it cool. I'll let your tetchy uncles get me back up across my heart. And I shan't get shirty when they say I look peculiar. I'll be nice to your mother, I'll come all over la-ti-da. Although she always gets up me nose, I love you very much. And so I'll smile and I'll acquiesce when she invites me to caress her scabby cat. I'll sit still while she knits and witters cross my heart. And I shan't lay a finger on the crabby old bat face. I'll be polite to your daddy, frightful little la-ti-da. Although he always bores me to my boots, I love you very much. And so I won't boo and hiss when he starts to reminisce. I won't drop off, I won't flare up. The runs he used to score and how he won the war cross my heart. But I'll have to grit me teeth when he goes on about his rupture. I'll behave at the wedding breakfast, I'll be la-di-da. So help me, hearty toasts and risky jokes, I love you very much. So help me, I'll force a laugh for the flicking photographs. So have no fear, I won't turn tail, I won't run amok when the females chuck confetti in my ears. And cross me heart, love, I'll keep off the pale ale when we're off on our own. No more la-di-bla-di-da. I promise we just won't have the time. We won't have time for such fancy pantomimes. I love you far too much. Country bus, North Country bus, clumsy and cumbersome, rumbustious. Country bus, North Country bus, though you're a slow coach, you're okay for us. Though your cargo is confusion, sheepmen and cowgirls and chickens galore at the back. No need to hurry, we couldn't care less what the time may be, and there's no call to worry. If you smell a bit, so do we. Villainous, malodorous. Country bus, North Country bus, rollicking, frolicking, uproarious. Country bus, North Country bus, you're rusty and you're dusty, but you're okay for us. Though your seats are rather Spartan, we've got the springs in our backsides to ride out your bounce. Though you may stumble after the dance on a Saturday night, backseat lovers don't grumble, they seem to manage all right. Amorous, scandalous, Country bus, North Country bus, lusty and rustic and impetuous. Country bus, North Country bus, bog-trotting bumpkin, you're okay for us, though your progress is uncertain, especially at night when the public house closes its doors. You tend to dodder, staggering home from the Bull Hotel. We never bother, 'cause we've got the staggers as well. Glorious, notorious. Country bus, North Country bus, grunting and chuntering can't anchor us. Country bus, North Country bus, but no other bus would be good enough for us through the wild, the cruel winter. You get the cold in your eyes and the snow up your nose, but sooner or later you will turn up in the village square with daffodils in your gaiters and pussy willow in your hair. Wait for us, wait for us. Country bus. When I and my new love, my true love, got married, our true love, very nearly miscarried. And one of the chief, the contributory factors, was when my dear wife fell in love with a cactus. On our wedding day, my Auntie Ivy gave us both a little pot, a plastic whatnot which contained a spiky cactus. As a present it was tactless, but my wife, my life, my golden girl, she loved it from the start. Though it was old and mouldy, she took it to her very heart. My Snow White, my Aphrodite, my pocket Venus, 'twas then that this venomous thing came between us, when we had so much to delect and distract us. Oh, why did we cherish a perishing cactus? At first she just felt sorry for this horrid, squalid, lumpish parasite. A rash compassion for her feelings got beyond her. Every day she grew still fonder, till this sickly, tickly little squirt had got the household quashed. Rent unpaid, my tea not made, my shirts, my socks not washed. My poor heart was bleeding from multiple fractures, a dupe and a boob and a cuckold to a cactus. She gave up her duties, her food and her slumber, for this potted hedgehog, this son of a cucumber. In spite of all her care, her lavish blandishments, the creature still declined. It pined for something, it defied all kinds of fertilizer. It began to fade away and die, and only I knew why. I recognized the state. And it's a fact that what that cactus lacked was a prickly little soulmate. The feeling of grief's not confined to us only. Like me, this poor vegetable was just lonely, for they need exactly those things which attract us. So I went and bought him a little lady cactus. We placed him spiky cheek to spiky cheek upon our kitchen windowsill, and then withdrew. We knew true love would run its course, and we perforce had something similar to do. And truth to tell, well, within the hour, My auntie's antisocial plant put out a happy cactus flower. True love is in bloom now and everything's very nice. No thorns in our fireside, no spikes up our paradise. My household is flourishing now, and in fact I have dozens of kids and 100 little cacti. Village scallywag, blackguard of the neighborhood. No good, you scandalize, your name is mud. But it's no surprise. They say you nick their chickens and you fish their pools. Poor fools, if they but knew the half that you do, they'd be rather surprised. Though your muddy boots flap, though your breeches let the sunshine inside, Susan, the parson's eldest, seems to find them irresistible. She's only got to give you the eye, and in the by and by, you'll be around after evensong, on tippy-toe, tapping at her window when it gets dark. You smoke your evil-smelling shag and you get drunk as a newt to boot, and this mortifies the Ladies' Institute, which is no surprise. And they say you plunder their washing lines for your clothes. God knows if they realized what you filch besides, they'd be rather surprised. You, your bold brown eyes, your whippy hips, your melting smile. Winifred, the teacher at the school, is not as snooty as she liked to make out. She knows that if she gives you the eye, that in the by and by, you'll come early from the pack horse tap room on tippy-toe, tapping at her window when it gets dark. You were rowdy, you were ribald at the cricket tee. Dear me, by jingo, by gad, the fella's a cad. Well, it's no surprise. And you've been seen to spit upon the magistrate's car, his motor car. You'll be chastised, you go too far, but it's no surprise. For although Rosie, the greengrocer's girl, curls her nose up as you swagger by, shy little sly boot she peeps when her old man's back is turned. She knows that if she gives you the eye, that in the by and by, you'll come tripping through her daddy's curly kale on tippy-toe, tapping at her window when it gets dark. So don't give a toss for the gossip and the tit-for-tat. Chit-chat, they're only upset that you're not dead yet, which is no surprise. And you can let them cock their snooks at you and pooh-pooh, for as I surmise, they envy you, and I'm not surprised. It's no wonder when you wash your back down by the riverside, even the local countess finds it hard to look away as you scrub. She's only got to give you the eye, and in the by and by, you'll pussyfoot through the squire's rhododendrons on tippy-toe, tapping at her window when it gets dark. Ever so dark, right dark. Scallywag. Down at the Black Swan we'll go sing our love song. We'll sit, we'll booze, we've got nothing to lose. We've lost it all, lost it all. Down at the Black Swan we'll drink hard, we'll drink strong, drink deep, drink long, drink our heads off, drink on. Now that she's gone, now she's gone. Give us another pint, one more pint, landlord, of your very, very best bitter beer. We'll be here all night. We're on a bender, we're tanking up. We don't care, we don't go home tonight. There's nobody there. Now she's gone, now she's gone, now she's gone. Go to bed early, girl, go with the book. Go alone, go easy, your life is your own. Don't lose it all, lose it all. Think on me kindly, but don't come and find me. I'm lost, I've lost, heart and eyes are both crossed. Now that she's gone, now she's gone. Give us another pint, one more pint, landlord, of your very, very best bitter beer. We'll be here all night. We've had a skinful, we've supped some stuff. We don't care, we don't go home tonight. There's nobody there. Now she's gone, now she's gone, now she's gone. My love life was as humble as my features when I stumbled on the Jumble Sale. Unbelievable, the things that you can find there. They've got stuff of every kind there at the Jumble Sale. I was down and out, I'd nowhere else to go. I'd sown my oats, I'd flung my fling. The parish hall was all lit up, its doors were wide. I poked my nose inside before I'd time to hide. The vicar asked me in. Romance perchance prevails at humdrum Jumble Sales. With a jaded eye, I eyed the faded piles of lumber of the Jumble Sale. Rough and tumble sale, where ladies of the village fight like Visigoths for pillage. Dear old Jumble Sale. But behind the cut glass, brass and pewter pots, the plaster pussycats, the china gnomes, I saw a girl, a wild-eyed butterfly, Juno-esque but shy, and just the thing for my mantelpiece at home. Chick of the brick, Cabrac, pick of the Vic, 'cause knick-knacks. With a pounding pulse I skulked around the bulky counters of the Jumble Sale. fumbling at bundles of those long-departed trousers, old pyjama tops and blouses found at Jumble Sales. I not got the savoir-faire, the flair, I hardly dare look over at her stand. But with determination which defies belief, all set to come to grief, I grit me snuggled teeth and I took her by the hand. One bob per og, j'ai dat gratis en kat, blanche my heart. Yakta was my alias, my chips were down and numbered at the Jumble Sale. But suddenly my tongue-tied, I just burbled, I just bumbled, I was sure my chance had crumbled at the Jumble Sale. I just stood there in a funk, a dumbstruck boo-boo gawping at her pretty bibelots. But then she smiled, not much, but I knew then I'd see her lips again, her bijou and her gems and her precious curios. Perchance romance prevails, so come to some humdrum jumble sales, jumble sales. Come to some crummy jumble sales. Oh, little coal black foal, little mole black foal, I know your trot trot. I've heard it such a lot. Let me guess who you've got on your low, little coal black back, little mole black back, oh so black back today. Clip clopping this way, tail swinging. Are you coming to stay? Are you bringing the girl who lives down the lane? Said you'd see me again. Is it her out there with the bluebell eyes and the buttercup hair? Or is it his worship the mayor, her father, with his brand new joppers and his little hunting cap? Off to a meeting of the rural district council where they'll all talk a load of clap trap. Oh, little coal black foal, little mole black foal, I know your trot trot. I've heard it such a lot. Let me guess who you've got on your low, little coal black back, little mole black back, oh so black back today. Clip clopping this way, tail swinging. Are you coming to stay? Are you bringing the girl who lives down the lane with the pert little bottom and the silky skin? If it's the same, I'll invite her in. Or is it her mother with the huge hindquarters that she's tried disguising at considerable expense? Off to dig the dirt with the local ladies. Well, it's all a load of stuff and nonsense. Oh, little coal black foal, little mole black foal, I know your trot trot. I've heard it such a lot. Let me guess who you've got on your low, little coal black back, little mole black back, oh so black back today. Clip clopping this way, tail swinging. Are you coming to stay? Are you bringing the girl who lives down the lane? I can't remember her name, only met her last night, with breasts like apples and her arms are white. Or is it that big bad bastard, her brother with the swanky jacket and the handlebar moustache, thinking of his drinking and how good he is with women? Well, it's all a load of balderdash. Oh, little coal black foal, little mole black foal, I know your trot trot. I've heard it such a lot. Let me guess who you've got on your low, little coal black back, little mole black back, oh so black back today. Clip clopping this way, tail swinging. Are you coming to stay? Are you bringing the girl who lives down the lane with the delicate neck and the dreamy brow and the pouting little belly? Is that her now? I hope it is, I hope it is, I hope it is. Right behind the headlines of the papers there's a space entitled Personal. And since I'm young and sensitive, it's always there I turn to first of all. For in between the vibro massage, sauna baths, the rubber goods, the corsetry, someone sends a message that is classified as advertising agony. Agony will always find a way. You read there every day true life love stories taken short. Agony at 7 and a kick a time, a stifled sob a line, a list of breaking hearts and surgical supports. Molly, will you please come home? I miss you, will you please forgive me? I love you very much, and I am sorry for what I did. Love, Sydney. Artistic photographs, plain paper covers, 59 and sixpence, postage free. Unsightly hair on arms and legs and faces is removed quite painlessly. Who knows if wayward Molly will return? Does Sydney really yearn? And if he does Molly care? What quarrel set them at each other's throats? Did Sydney send for postcards through the post? Or did Molly grow superfluous hair everywhere? Widow 46 would like sophisticated gentlemen to contact her. Similar interests and with a view to friendliness, motorcar preferred. Mrs. Ivy Armitage thanks all her friends for kindnesses when times were hard. And the Honourable Dickie Cholmondeley's not sending anybody any Christmas cards. Dynamic methods strengthen and refine the power of your mind in case your memories are none too good. And if you cannot manage on your own, take out a personal loan, there's no security, it's understood. 7 days free trial for an anti-nuclear shelter, no obligations at all. And there's news of debutante is coming out with all the customary Belgrave balls. 10 shillings reward, box number 33 has gone and lost her budgerigar. Happy birthday, darling Sheila, from your mummy and your daddy, wherever you are. Right behind the headlines of the papers there's a space entitled Personal. And for those who get the agony, that's the place to turn to first of all. When Ulysses comes home, he always greets me with an open heart. But you will see how Ulysses has taken my life apart. I've got a dog called Ulysses. He plays all day in the park, sniffing at his friends and the chestnut trees, and chasing cats till after dark. When my Ulysses comes home, wag wag, woof woof, his tail in the air, His usual exuberance is awfully hard to bear. When I stumble home at night, I'm jaded and stale, and so I try to take a little repose. I don't want waking up with a happy tale. I don't want a kiss from a big wet nose. When my Ulysses comes home, wag wag, woof woof, he gets on my wick. For Ulysses communicates his love with a snuffle and a lick. I like to sit in my fireside chair, watching telly till the epilogue, in a semi-coma and without a care, and I would do if it were not for my bloody dog. When my Ulysses comes home, wag wag, woof woof, like a maniac, it's useless to pursue my viewing, so I've sent my television back. I tried to climb the social scale, and so I organized a little do. Some very posh people came to my cocktail, but at 7:30 my party was through. When my Ulysses came home, wag wag, woof woof, I knew I was sunk. My guests were not at all impressed, and they left when my dog got drunk. I brought my sweetie home one night, and we both knew that this was it. Sipping Chianti by candlelight, we were getting to a very important bit. When my Ulysses came home, wag wag, woof woof, he broke the spell, intruding on my beautiful romance like a hound from hell. My one solution is quick and grim, a little bottle of cyanide. I can't bring myself to get rid of him. I shall have to perform a suicide. So when Ulysses comes home, wag wag, woof woof, home for his tea, he'll have to cry a little bit for having given so much love to me. Closing time on Saturday, it was dark. Me and Uncle Samuel were lying in the park, toes towards the moonlight, noses in the flower beds. But we know that what we saw, we saw. She was naked, she was cast in bronze, standing in the lake amidst the corporation swans. He was Millstone Grit, he was Sir Robert Walpole, and we know that what we heard, we heard. Lady, is the water cold tonight? Or does the silky moonlight warm your heart to me? Or must I hanker for 100 years again, and never-endingly gaze upon your flanks, your face? Well, me and my Uncle Sam, oh Constable, well, we were right on her side. Poor darling, she was shy, and she had her pride, and nowhere to hide. We were there, we saw the aged sire, shaking with a century of petrified desire, climbing from his pedestal all stiff and sooty, and we know that what we saw, we saw. He began to tremble and to sway. We were drunk as penguins, but we saw him clear as day, clumping to the water's edge, Sir Robert Walpole, and we know that what we heard, we heard. Lady, is the water cold tonight? Is it the milky moonlight warms my heart to you? Well, let the devil take the park attendant first. My heart may burst, so I'm not waiting any longer, lady. Me and my Uncle Sam, Inspector, well then we both got to our feet. Poor darling, she was sweet and not very old, and awfully cold. We rolled up our sleeves, we got to work, went for him like buffaloes, like windmills gone berserk. He fought like a tiger, we've the scars to prove it, and we know that what we've got, we've got. We hung on like death, we did our best. He was big and gritty and he fought like one possessed. He was much too good for us, was Robert Walpole. He put us down and out and he strode on. Lady, was the water cold last night? Was it the creamy, dreamy moonlight warmed your heart? Oh, little nymph, we both did what we could, but it's so strange, you're infinitely changed today. Well, me and my Uncle Sam, your worship, well, we both feel something's not right. Today she wears a smile, her face is a light, and her eyes are bright. Ever so bright, awfully bright. I, the undermentioned by this document, do declare my true intentions, my last will, my testament. When I turn up me toes, when I rattle me clack, when I agonize, I want no great wet weepings, no tearing of hair, no wringing of hands, no sighs, no lack of days, no woe is me's, and none of your sad adieus. Go, go, go and get the priest and then go get the booze, boys. Death, where is thy victory, grave? Where is thy sting? When I snuff it, bury me quickly. Then let carousals begin, but not a do with a few ham sandwiches, a sausage roll or two, and a small port wine. Please roll the carpet right back, get cracking with your old gay gardens and your knees up, shake it up, live it up, sup it up, hell of a kind of a time. And if the coppers come around, well, tell them the party's mine, boys. Let best beef be eaten, fill every empty glass. Let no breast be beaten, let no tooth be gnashed. Don't bother with a fancy tombstone or a big deal angel or a little copper flower pot grow. A dog rose in me eyes or a pussy willow, but no forget-me-nots, no epitaphs, no keepsakes you can let me memory slip. You can say a prayer or two for me soul then, but make it quick, boys. Lady, if your bosom is heaving, don't waste your bosom on me. Let it heave for a man who's breathing, a man who can feel, a man who can see. And to me cronies, you can read me books, you can drive around in me motor car, and you can fish your trout with my fly and tackle. You can play on my guitar and sing me songs, wear me shirts, you can even settle me debts. You can kiss my little missus if she's willing then, but no regrets, boys. Your rosebuds are numbered, gather them now for rosebud's sake. And if your hands aren't too encumbered, gather a bud or two for Jake.